Hi, I'm Izzy, and this is Dizzy Quilts and Sews. Welcome to this week's episode of Friday Sews. All right, you all know what Friday Sews is about, so this is our weekly chat where I get to share what I've been up to in the sewing room over the course of the week, as well as what's going on in my life, and also where you get to share with me what you've been up to in your sewing room this week in the comments below. So let's get started. I've had a good week in the sewing room. It's been a little bit slower and quieter, but still good. So I finished a couple of things this week. The first thing is, and I think the pants were finished last week when we last spoke, but I also now put all the clips together of fitting my Bennett pants by Stylark. So all of the clips are now with Marianne for editing and will be coming out on the channel on Tuesday. Fingers crossed you think it's valuable and interesting. I will look forward to your feedback if you watch the video because I'm not 100% sure about it. But anyways, if you fancy a watch, please go ahead, watch the video and send me some feedback. Thank you. And then the second thing I finished was my pulse quilt, which I'm going to get right now. I will be posting some better pictures on Instagram, but I'm going to give you a sneak peek right now because it is all quilted and bound and everything. So there you go. Here it is. Oh, this thing is huge. You're not going to see the whole thing, but basically, there you go. And here's the quilting up close. I absolutely love this quilt. It is 60 by 60. So perfect size for a lap quilt that I'm gonna have on my lap this winter. The back is a flannel, which is nice and soft. Absolutely love this. I'm gonna take it to the island this weekend and take some really, really nice pictures out in the wild. Also, by finishing this quilt, I put a check mark next to one of my Make 9 goals for this year. So I wanted this year to spend more time playing with my embroidery machine that I got last year. So I got that in the spring of 2023 and really have not done much with it. Like I've done a couple of practice pieces. I've embroidered my son-in-law's name on some scrub caps, but really that's the extent of it. So on my Make 9, I said I wanted to use my embroidery machine to make quilt labels and to embroider on garments. So I still haven't done any embroidery on a garment, but look at this. So I made my first ever quilt label on the embroidery machine. Usually what I would do is take a piece of fabric, a leftover piece from the quilt top. I would take a Sharpie and basically write some information on there. But I think this will probably last longer. I mean, Sharpie does last, but eventually with many, many washes, it tends to fade. This will not fade. This will stay. So I'm very, very happy. I wish I had figured out how to put some fun designs. So what I need to learn now is to merge or combine designs like florals or frames with lettering. So I need to do some research and learn how to do that because I want to make a label for the Quilt As You Go sampler quilt along I'm running on the channel, and we're getting near the end and I need to make a label for that quilt when it's all put together. And yeah, I want to combine some designs with some lettering. So yeah, so check mark on the Make 9 list. I think I'm up to 4 things off the list, so not quite halfway there, and we're halfway through the year, but I have high hopes that I'm going to be able to cross off a few more things before the end of the year. So those were my finished items for the week. So a good week. Oh, and also, as I was quilting this quilt, I recorded a lot of it, giving some tips and tricks on the particular design I used. And that video is going to come out on the channel at some point. Yeah, so that needs to now go to Marianne for some magical editing, because oh my gosh, the clips are long. So good luck with that one, Tootsie Roll. All right, as far as plans, so I've got 4 things, and I'm just looking at my list here. I've got 4 things on the go right now, which is very unlike me. I don't usually am like a not a cereal maker, but like a, you know what I mean, multitasking maker. But right now I've got the Standing Tall Quilt Along that is going right now, hosted by Teresa from Lost My Thread and Sarah from Sarah Style, I think. Oh, if I don't have that right, I'll put it on the screen below. But anyways, I've got my fabric all cut. Oh, I should turn you around. I threw the quilt on my cutting table, and look what has happened. Bear. Yeah, cats and quilts. Anywho, so the Standing Tall Quilt Along, yes. So I've got all of my fabrics cut. I took care of that over the last couple of evenings. It took what felt like hour upon hour upon hour to cut all of those pieces. I am making the bed size quilt, so it's a pretty big quilt. But all my fabrics are cut, so now next week I'm going to try to piece some of the blocks. I'm going to have to pace myself because the piecing is going to be really boring. I don't think I'm going to piece all of the blocks next week, but I'll do a little bit at a time over the course of the next couple of weeks. Number 2 is I've got my pair of Luna shorts all cut and ready to sew. I actually started sewing them. The pockets are on, and I'm hoping to make some really good progress tonight after I finish recording this. Number 3 is the Clear Water Summer Essentials pattern by Love Notions. So that is the long-awaited bathing suit pattern that finally came out this week. I hit the buy button, broke my buying ban during the week for it, but it's now mine. I printed it, I stuck it all together, and then the panic set in. What if I can't do this? What if I can't sew with swim fabric? What if it doesn't fit? What if it looks horrible? Oh my goodness. So I've not moved any further, and I don't think I will this coming week unless Kim from Dorothy's Daughter made a tankini shorts kind of suit, and she posted a picture of it recently saying that she's going to have a video tutorial on how she adjusted it to fit her, and she looks amazing in her version. So I think I want to wait for her video to come out before I tackle mine. I also watched Karina from Lifting Pins and Needles. She has a video on the Clearwater pattern and lots of really good tips and tricks, but I'm still very, very nervous. And I have to just repeat to myself, it's only fabric, and if it goes all horribly, horribly wrong, I don't have to show anybody. I don't have to wear it. I don't have to do anything with it. So yeah, I just need to calm down and get over myself and just do it. But probably not next week. So that's project number 3 I've got going. And then I received my Think Pink fabric early this week. It actually Canada Post tried to deliver it to my house on Friday last week. I wasn't home. They sent it back to the post office. And then we had a holiday here in Canada over the weekend. So I could only go and get my box from the post office on Tuesday. But it is now here. I'm very happy with the fabric. I don't really have a clear plan as to what I'm going to be making with it, but I want to get it washed, make up my mind, and get going on that one ASAP. So 4 things on the go. Yeah, so that's a lot, and that's really not like me to have so many things going all at once. So I will have to sit down and prioritize what I get done over the next week or so. So that's as far as my plans or what I've got in progress. Now, life. This week was the first week in my new position, and it was a kind of a weird week because Monday was a holiday in Canada, and then we've got the 4th of July. Happy 4th of July to all of my American friends, by the way. And half my team took the day off on Friday, so it was very strange week where, you know, the whole team was never on at the same time, basically. But I've had a few good meetings with my new manager and with some of my new team members, and I'm feeling very positive about the whole thing. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a new challenge for me. Yeah, I'm really, really looking forward. I think my new manager and I agreed that we're going to take things slow in terms of transitioning things and just make sure we have a solid plan moving things forward. And there's no, you know, hard deadline for new processes and new procedures and all of that good stuff to be in place. So slow and steady is going to be the name of the game. So it was a good week work-wise. And yeah, life-wise in general, it was also a very good week. I had an amazing lunch with my mom Friday last week. We had a very good time, ate some really good food, and yeah, it was a good week. Yeah. And finally, before I end the video, I just wanted to let you know I try to post on the community post here on the channel, or on the community tab here on the channel, on a regular basis, just to kind of have a conversation or learn a little bit more about you and for you to learn a little bit more about me. So I try to post polls or questions or pictures. And I want to thank all of you who interact with those posts. It's been a lot of fun and a little surprising at times. So last week I posted a poll asking you what your favorite fabrics were to sew with in the summer. Number 1 was a little as expected. So number 1 coming in at around 42% was linen. That does not surprise me, although there were some comments in there about, no, not linen ever. It's evil. It's too wrinkly. Nobody needs to have their clothes all wrinkled, which really made me giggle. But then a lot of you were like, yeah, it wrinkles, so what? So that was really fun to read. So yeah, coming in at first place, 42% linen. Number 2 really surprised me. Number 2 is cotton at 32%. And it surprised me that it came in second, because third was rayon or viscose at only 23%. I don't know why, but I thought rayon was going to be number 2. I personally love rayon in the summer. I'm not a big fan of cotton in the summer. I find it's just too heavy. I'm wearing cotton today, and I have to say it's 29 degrees outside, and I've been hot all day. So, but a nice flowy rayon top, I think, would have been more comfortable. But yeah, so those results I thought were really, really interesting. Personally, it's number 1, rayon, number 2, linen, number 3, cotton, and then number 4, anything stretchy, because that was the other option in the poll. stretchy things in the summer, even t-shirts, I find are not comfortable, because typically a stretchy garment is going to be more fitted, and I don't want things sticking to me when it's really hot. So once again, thank you so much for interacting with whatever information or poll or post or picture I put on the community tab. I really appreciate that. And I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think if you watch my channel on your iPad, you're not going to have access to the community tab. I think that's something you can only see on your phone or on a desktop computer or laptop computer, which is very, very strange, but whatever. So if you've not seen what I'm talking about, that might be why if you watch me on an iPad. All right, that's it. I don't even know how long I've been going for. Oh my gosh, almost 16 minutes. That's it. I'm done. That's all I've got for you this week. I hope you've had a great, great week. I hope you have a fabulous weekend. Let me know in the comments below what you're up to. I would love to have a chat. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please give the video a like on your way out if you liked it, and consider subscribing. Thanks again, and I will see you soon.